When a prank on YouTube led to the death of Kim Jong-Nam, a half-brother of North Korea's leader, the event unfolded as a tragic and elaborate conspiracy. On a bright day in February 2017, a portly, bald, 45-year-old Korean man was navigating the bustling corridors of Kuala Lumpur International Airport en route to the Chinese territory of Macau. As he weaved through the crowd, two young women approached him, unaware of the true nature of their actions or their target's identity. The first, Don Thi-hung, a Vietnamese woman, sneaked up behind him and smeared a substance over his eyes. Moments later, Siti Asia, an Indonesian, did the same from the front. Both women had been recruited under the guise of a prank show, believing they were participating in harmless, albeit peculiar, stunts. They had no idea that their victim was Kim Jong-Nam, the estranged half-brother of Kim Jong-Un.
It was a killing that shocked the world of the man who might have been North Korea's leader. This morning, as you say, two women were taken back to the scene of the crime, all part of a trial that has revealed new video and new details of a murder in broad daylight.
One of the world's deadliest poisons and a paranoid dictator's plot to kill his rival.
These two women smeared poison on a man they didn't know.
One woman says, quote, "I do not admit this. I am not guilty of this." The other says she's not guilty.
Today they were back at the airport and in body armor for their own protection. At issue, did they know what they were doing? These are the last moments of Kim Jong-un's half-brother. He's just been poisoned with a chemical weapon, a nerve agent. He's not moving. In minutes, Kim Jong-nam will be dead.
Siti Aisyah's background was one of hardship. Born into poverty in Indonesia, her family could not afford her high school education. She moved to the city and later found work overseas, landing in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Don Thi-hung's story was similar. She was a waitress who had dabbled in modeling and had gained minor recognition on prank video channels. Both women were approached by a man claiming to be a producer of a Japanese TV show, who offered them $100 for each prank. Enticed by the money, they eagerly agreed, participating in several pranks that involved harmless antics like grabbing strangers' hands or spraying water in public places. On that fateful day at Kuala Lumpur Airport, the supposed producer directed them to their next target. Following the attack, a man approached airport security, complaining of dizziness. He was taken to the airport's medical facility, where his condition rapidly deteriorated into seizures. Despite being rushed to the hospital, he died en route. The man was identified as Kim Jong-Nam. Kim Jong-Nam, born in 1971, was once the favored son and heir to Kim Jong-il, the previous North Korean leader. However, after a falling out with his father, he lived in exile, primarily in Macau. Known for his lavish lifestyle, he enjoyed the opulent pleasures of Macau, often referred to as the Las Vegas of Asia. The rift between him and his father is believed to have deepened after a 2001 incident when Kim Jong-nam attempted to visit Tokyo Disneyland with a forged Dominican passport. This embarrassing episode led to his detainment and deportation to Beijing, greatly humiliating Kim Jong-il, who canceled a planned state visit to China in its aftermath. North Korea's state media, often filled with propaganda, typically manipulates perceptions to obscure the truth. This incident, like many others, underscores the importance of verifying information, which is why partnerships with platforms like Ground News are invaluable. They aggregate news from various sources worldwide, providing a comprehensive overview of stories, including Kim Jong-nam's assassination. For instance, while North Korean outlets paint a loyalist image of figures like Kim Ki-nam, often referred to as the DPRK's Joseph Goebbels, external sources provide a more nuanced and critical perspective. Ground News helps cut through the noise by comparing diverse coverage and evaluating the credibility of sources. It allows users to see the broader picture without the biases of traditional reporting. They offer independent, nonpartisan news aggregation with no ads, ensuring objective coverage. Another factor contributing to Kim Jong-nam's fall from grace was his more liberal outlook on governance. Educated in Switzerland, he had suggested North Korea adopt economic reforms, embracing a free market. Fearing his son was becoming too influenced by capitalist ideals, Kim Jong-il forced him into exile. In his years abroad, there were rumors that Kim Jong-nam had been an informant for the CIA and other intelligence agencies, a notion supported by his meeting with the CIA agent days before his assassination. He was also found carrying $120,000 in cash at the time of his death, adding to the espionage suspicions. Kim Jong-nam's connections with the Chinese government government made him a potential alternative leader for North Korea should Kim Jong-un's regime falter. This made him a threat that needed to be neutralized. After the attack, the two women washed their hands and returned, only to find the so-called producers had vanished. Over the next 2 years, City Asia and Don Tae-hung faced trial for murder, consistently denying any knowledge of the lethal nature of their actions. The investigation revealed that the substance smeared on Kim Jong-nam's face was a deadly concoction. Each woman had applied a different chemical, which combined to form VX, a nerve agent classified as a weapon of mass destruction by the UN. It is more dangerous when absorbed through the eyes, which is why the women survived, though one fell temporarily ill. Kim Jong-nam had some inkling of a threat, as his bag contained 12 doses of atropine, an antidote for nerve agents. However, it's unclear why he did not use them. Further probing identified 4 North Korean nationals at the scene, who left the country shortly after the incident. Another suspect, Ri Jong-kol, was arrested but later released. The assassination strained diplomatic ties between Malaysia and North Korea, with Malaysia demanding the extradition of the North Korean suspects, which North Korea refused, detaining Malaysians in their country in retaliation. Tensions escalated over the handling of Kim Jong-nam's body, initially identified as Kim Cole on his passport, leading to a severance of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Ironically, Malaysia had been the first country whose citizens could travel to North Korea without a visa. The trials of City Asia and Don Tae-hung unfolded under intense scrutiny. Their defense argued they were unwitting participants in the North Korean plot. Their actions before and after the prank did not suggest they knew they were handling a deadly substance, as they did not attempt to hide or destroy their clothing. In March 2019, charges against City Asia were dropped, influenced by diplomatic pressure from Indonesia and insufficient evidence.
Saya ketemu keluarga, ketemu family. Saya sehat-sehat, pelayanan daripada penjara pun bagus, tak ada apapun yang ditekankan.
Don Tae-hung accepted a plea deal, pleading guilty to a lesser charge of causing harm with a dangerous weapon, resulting in a 3-year and 4-month sentence, though she was released after only a month due to good behavior. The assassination of Kim Jong-nam remains a significant chapter in the history of espionage and political intrigue, illustrating how seemingly innocuous pranks can lead to deadly outcomes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories and historical deep dives. Stay tuned and see you in the next episode.